Hey guys, Captain Henson here. Been a while, hasn't it? Yeah, I was away for a while. Won't get into details about it. Point is, I'm finally back with my collection. Why is it covered up? Well, since I was away, I was able to procure a bunch of stuff. Some might say overkill, but had the money, so figured now would be a good time to just indulge. Now, I won't be talking about my Star Wars collection. That'll be the next video. For this one, I wanted to talk about all the non-Star Wars stuff I've bought. And now there is more stuff on the way, but I figured do it now. Let me show you a glimpse of some of the other things I'm into. So, let's get started. Alright, first up, got Alien and Predator novels. Got the third AVP book here. I have the Omnibus by Titan that collects all three. But since I like getting them individually, and these actually have nice covers, what do you know, Bantam. So yeah. Predator Flesh and Blood. Now, the Predator novels released by Dark Horse Books can be a bitch to get. For whatever reason, they can cost a lot. Now, I got this book for like $20 on eBay. So that should tell you something. Usually you can find these books for like $5 or less. But no, not the Predator ones. The ones released by Dark Horse Books. Next up, Aliens Phalanx. Hardcover. And also Predator Stalking Shadows, which is a prequel to the Hunting Grounds game. Now, since I have these two, I've finally caught up on the canon Alien and Predator stuff, or as I like to call them, the Titan books, novels. It's just good to be up there to keep up with the current releases. Okay. Next up, Disney Comics. Disney Princess Comics Collection. Now, I had thought I was getting the Treasury, which contains 800 pages of course, Disney Princess Comics, most of which I'm pretty sure are foreign comics. But no, I just got Volume 1. But I did only get this for like $4 or $5. So, 240 pages for $5. Can't go wrong there. I'll get the Treasury, but, this is good travel size, so if I ever wanted to read Disney comics on the go and not fill up a lot of space, it's good. Now this one, The Return of Snow White. This one I'm really excited to read. These are Italian Snow White comics from, I think, the 50s. Yeah, 50s. That were translated in 2017. Now this is the type of obscure stuff that I really love to read. And because it was recently translated, hell yeah. And also, would like to say this, like, I'm a Disney fan. But I want to know, or be more knowledgeable on Disney and not just be into the films. And that's why I would get into the frickin' foreign comics. And then, other comics. I mean, hey. This is the type of shit that separates the casuals from the hardcore. So, I'm gonna read this sooner rather than later, hopefully. And I definitely want to talk about it. Right, next up, got some Transformer stuff. Fantasy, Fun, and Future. Now, I was really excited when I finally found this. Reason being, I got this book at one of those book fairs. Yeah, that certainly takes me fucking back. But I think I was in kindergarten. And this was released around the time of the film. Yeah. So this is pretty much just a short little look through of the Transformers as a franchise. Quick, and of course, all to get kids excited for the 2007 movie. I read this book a lot as a kid. And of course, not being so knowledgeable on the Transformers back in the day, this was a pretty nice read. I'm granted, I mostly just looked at the pictures. But yeah, having this book brings back a lot of memories. So, yeah, really nice. And also, for the longest time, I could not find this. I kept looking up Transformers Guidebook, but this one never showed up. And then one day, like a few weeks ago, I see it in the related section of Google. So yeah. Next up, the first 2 volumes of the Transformers manga, released by Viz. Yeah. So yeah, another bit of foreign comics. This, when we first got word of this got me really excited, because these comics, released in the 80s, had not been officially translated until now. So yeah, it just goes to show you how things like this can take forever. And it also helps because I really want to get more into the Japanese Transformers stuff. So this, really helpful. And then got the Revenge of the Fallen novelization. Really like to see how much this differs from the film. Now, I've said before that I am a fan of the Bay films, specifically the first 3. I think they're really fun, really memorable. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. And now, got my Kaiju stuff. So, oh crap, okay. Got Rygo on Blu-ray, and Raga on Blu-ray. Now, based on the title design and the name, Rygo, King of the Sea Monsters, and I think this is Raga, God of the Monsters. One would think that these were just mockbusters of King of the Monsters, but no. This was released in... Where is it? Either way, one was released in 2005 and one was released in 2007, but I don't remember which. And these were just released in the US, of course, in conjunction, or around the same time as Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now, I really don't like the fact that the titles that they gave these films for the Blu-rays it gives people the wrong impression. I mean, yeah, clearly from a design like this, one obviously thinks of Godzilla, but I think it's disingenuous to have this look like a fucking mockbuster. Now, while we're on the subject of Raigo and Raga, I also got the VHS releases. Now, these are also new. And as you can tell, different titles. So I don't know why the Blu-rays decided to name them the way they did, but yeah. Okay, so Raiga is 2009, and Raigo is 2005. Okay. Now, the reason I got these on VHS was because, well, cool additions to the collection, and hey, seeing Kaiju films on VHS should be really cool. And also, apparently only, don't know how much you can, okay, there you go. 50 of each were made. But I was able to get them for like, I want to say $40. I don't remember. Either way, really cool additions. And then also, kicking it old school, Young Gary and Gappa. Now, the interesting thing about Young Gary, or Young Gary, however you pronounce it, the only version of the film that exists today is the English dub. Now, I don't remember the exact story. Well, I don't remember the exact timeline, but when the producers sent the film over to the US, they sent the original copy of the film. Something like that. I don't remember the terminology, but basically, the ship that was carrying those copies was destroyed. Again, I don't remember the exact timeline, but the point is, the English dub is the only version of the film that exists today, which sucks, but oh well, I mean, at least we got that. This is also a Korean kaiju film, so that should be really interesting. Released in the 60s, because of course it was. And then Gappa, I know next to nothing about, but this is a recent Blu-ray release, so be interested to seeing how this is also a film from the 60s. Yeah, 67. It's been a while since I got, like, non-Godzilla or non-Toho kaiju films, so these were really nice. But, speaking of Godzilla, got me some monsters. Well, first up, a Godzilla book from the 90s. Yeah, 97. I think these can get pretty pricey. I was able to snag this for like $16 on eBay. So, yeah. And then also the novelizations for the MonsterVerse films. Really interested to see the differences in the novelizations compared to the films. I don't know how much would change, but yeah. And then also Godzilla Awakening, the prequel graphic novel to 2014. Skull Island Birth of Kong, a prequel/sequel to Kong Skull Island. These were released. This is just a collected edition. Not released in hardcover, unfortunately, but what can you do? and then Godzilla Aftershock, the prequel to King of the Monsters. Like the Alien and Predator stuff, I wanted to get caught up on all the MonsterVerse stuff. And so, there you go. Now, of course, the reason why I'm really excited to have gotten all this and then the other kaiju stuff is because for the longest time I've really only focused on the movies, specifically Toho and King Kong. So this way I'm able to expand the collection a bit more, broaden my knowledge, because hey, Godzilla is my all-time favorite franchise, and yet I haven't really delved too much into the comics and books. And then also delve into other kaiju stuff. So yeah, and I have more stuff on the way. So I'll probably make another video, and maybe, you know what, maybe also do collection videos of all the other stuff I'm into. But anyways, there you have it. Some of the stuff that I've bought while I've been away. So, in the next video, we'll see what I got hidden behind the curtain. Until next time, this is Captain Henson signing off.